There is only one correct answer if you ask me. What was the greatest story ever told? In 2006, ladies and gentlemen, Code Geass. In an alternate history where America lost the Revolutionary War, Britain became one of the greatest superpowers in the world, renaming itself the Britannian Empire. As the empire gained control of more and more countries, it stripped those countries of their names and gave them an area number, with Japan being Area 11. In the futuristic present day of 2017, the 11s, who are former Japanese citizens, suffer under the heel of the Britannian Empire. But there are two young men who want to change everything: Lelouch Lampelouge and Suzaku Kurugi. However, they have conflicting methods of change. Suzaku wants to change the system from the inside, while Lelouch wants to bolster the armed Japanese resistance by using the mysterious power of Geass that he obtained from a strange, green-haired girl. Now, this anime has been compared a lot to Death Note, and they don't have much in common besides an extremely smart protagonist using a supernatural power to remake the world in his image with an antagonist that is strictly against his ideology. Which does sound like it's exactly alike, but Code Geass has mechs, so. But seriously, if I were to compare them, I would say Code Geass is Death Note combined with Gundam combined with Kill la Kill. But every Death Note element in it is expanded upon in Code Geass. As you read or watch Death Note, you realize that Light is always Kira. Light is more Kira than he is Light. But Lelouch isn't always Zero, which is his alter ego. In fact, many of Zero's actions crush Lelouch emotionally. Lelouch has more conscience than Light. Code Geass also expands upon the protagonist's effect on the world more than Death Note does. But the focus on the protagonist and antagonist are where the Death Note similarities end. Because there are a lot more players in Code Geass that stand out from the main two. They are all unique with their own unique ambitions and wide spectrum of morality. I could start making Game of Thrones comparisons now, but I won't because I know that wound is still fresh for some people. Code Geass is divided into two major plot lines: the war for Japan and the mystery of Geass. The former is far more interesting than the latter, especially when you consider how they both ended. The war for Japan is further divided into two stages: the actual battlefront, which is oftentimes the poverty-stricken streets of old Japan where people have to struggle every day just to survive, and the lavish, carefree days of Lelouch's high-end school, where almost every single important character visits for some reason or another. Some people dislike the school episodes, but they do serve a good juxtaposition of the different wealth classes. Get it, classes? I wonder if that was intentional. And they give a well-needed breather after heavy episodes. The animation for Code Geass is amazing, a criminally underrated aspect of the show, especially the mech fights. The art style, less so. The art makes it look like in the world of Code Geass, humans evolved from praying mantises. It's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, barrier to watching the show. Is it like One Piece, where the art style used is the best one for telling that specific type of story? No, not really. In fact, the Death Note art style would have made Code Geass more impactful. I guess you could say it made it stand out. The art style was unique for the time, but uniquely bad is still bad. And while we're on the topic of things that make the show less...
From pretty girls to sexy grown-up women. Welcome to the Swim Club Cafe, where you get exactly what you want!
Yeah. I don't hate fan service, but the level of fan service in Code Geass distracts from the story. There is one camera in Colin's cockpit that lasts longer than most characters, which is unfortunate, because in the end, it makes Code Geass almost perfect.